Hello, I'm Jeffrey Peterson, AFA MEC President at Alaska Airlines. Today is Wednesday, May the 1st, 2013. We just wrapped up this negotiation session at the Alaska Airlines Flight Operations and Training Center in Seattle. This session was cut short, and that is because AFA did file for mediation with the National Mediation Board. Also, note that today is the one-year anniversary of the amendable date of our contract. Under the Railway Labor Act, the contract never expires. However, it is amendable, which means it can be changed, and that was 1 year ago today. The MEC was in town this session to support the negotiating committee at the table. The session started out on Monday afternoon with the company giving us their off-the-record response to our off-the-record comprehensive proposal last time. Management also presented us a PowerPoint that covered the cost of our proposal, as well as flight attendant demographics and the cost of labor. More or less, we felt it was at least in part designed to lower or temper our expectations, and that was unsuccessful. Although there was an increase to the pay rates in management's off-the-record proposal, at the end of the day, their package overall is inadequate, and there's a lot of other pieces that go into a proposal than just the base pay rates. When you put those pieces all together, we just didn't think that it would quite cut it. Consequently, Tuesday morning, the negotiating committee spent a lot of time on the phone with AFA International and then also in internal discussions on how to proceed forward. By Tuesday afternoon, the negotiating committee had met with management, and we communicated to them our intent to file for mediation today, and that did happen earlier today. So what does this mean going forward? It means that we could continue to negotiate with the company. However, typically, once the parties file for mediation, there will likely be a hiatus between the parties talking, and that certainly is a possibility. And that would happen until the NMB assigns a neutral mediator. We do expect the NMB to do that in the next week or so, and then once the mediator is assigned, they will start working with both parties to schedule times when we can both meet. For the time being, we'll hold on to all of our scheduled negotiation sessions going forward, and that is in the hopes that those times will work for the mediator as well as both parties, and we know that Alaska and AFA have already agreed to those times. And please note that this is not arbitration, so a mediator cannot force the parties to an agreement. It's still the two parties that have to come together to agree to sign the tentative agreements. The mediator's role is to facilitate discussion between the parties, and their sole focus is on closing the gap between the parties' respective positions so that we can get to an agreement. Unfortunately, the downside of mediation is that this can be a long and protracted process, but we do think that this is what we need to do to move forward in the process under the RLA, and that would be the Railway Labor Act. One of the challenges is it's not our intent to drag out negotiations by any means. However, we did not feel that what is before us at this time is worth passing to you, the membership, to vote on. And the MEC, the negotiating committee, and I were very strong in that opinion that at this point we are not close to a deal that we feel comfortable passing to you to look at. So, we do think this is the right step. What to do next is, of course, continue to wear your AFA pin. You need to continue to provide the award-winning service that we do to our customers. An important point is that we will be holding an informational picketing rally, and that will be at the Alaska Airlines Shareholders meeting, which is coming in Seattle on Tuesday, May the 21st at 1 p.m. And that will be at Pier 66 in downtown Seattle. For those of you that are traveling in from out of town, or say flying in from out of town, that is accessible via the Link Light Rail right from the airport. You get all the way to downtown to the Westlake Station. It's about a 15-minute walk from Westlake to Pier 66, so you can all join us there. We will be sending out some more information on directions, how to get there, expectations, and what have you in the coming weeks. Also, we're going to ask you please complete the survey that we sent out just yesterday, and that is in regards to your status as a shareholder, and it also has some questions about your potential participation in the stockholders meeting. That survey can be found at alaska.mec.org. A special note to those of you that are on probation, we want you to continue to wear the AFA pin. However, we are going to ask that you do not take part in any solidarity actions or mobilization actions such as picketing until you are off probation. So please just sit tight. Please stay informed, wear your AFA pin, but that's just enough for you to do at this time, as well as successfully passing probation. For everyone, we encourage you to make sure that your peers are informed if they have not been tuning in yet. This is the time to do so. This is a turning point in negotiations, and it's time for everyone to really start paying attention to what is happening in negotiations. So we will update all of you on our next negotiation session once it is known. More information about negotiations can be found on the YouTube video channel, as well as on the Alaska Airlines Negotiations Facebook page and at the MEC website at www.alaska.mec.org. We're going to ask once again that we'll see you all at the Informational Picketing Rally on May the 21st in just a few weeks in Seattle. So once again, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you on the 21st.